Hey guys, today I wanted to address a controversial topic that is really popular right now, and that's the Biggest Loser Rachel controversy. So, if you don't know, which I'm sure if you're watching this video you do know, Rachel Fredrickson won the Biggest Loser on Tuesday night. She lost 155 pounds, going from 260 to 105. She is 24 years old and 5'4". It was a little drastic. Clearly, Bob and Jillian, seen live on TV, were shocked. It was the most weight that a winner, or most percentage of body weight that a winner has lost to win the Biggest Loser. Now, I was hosting a Google Plus Hangout series with the Biggest Loser for the past 5 weeks, and I had the opportunity to interview Toomey and also Matt yesterday, but I was asked to keep it positive, and that is something that I wanted to do and focused on Toomey and Matt's experience. I didn't think that would really be cool of me to ask them about Rachel when they were the ones that spending their time to talk to me and some of the fans at home. However, that didn't stop a lot of you from wanting me to ask Toomey and Matt questions, and a lot of you guys asked what my opinion was. And because of the Biggest Loser Google Hangout series, I did keep my opinions to myself. But I did want to share with you guys them today on YouTube. It's the beauty of YouTube. So, do I think she went too far? Now, let's get the facts straight. So the point of the show is to lose as much weight as possible within a restricted amount of time, and if you win, you get $250,000. Now, I've never had $250,000 dangled in front of my face, but I'm pretty sure I would do some drastic things to win it. Rachel is a former athlete, and so you know she's a competitive person, and if you watched the season, you saw she was a very, very competitive person and was going to stop at nothing. We probably should have seen this coming, that she was going to drop down to whatever she had to win this money. Now, is her weight loss a little drastic? Yeah, but do I think that she has an eating disorder or a problem? No. We're going to find out real soon if she does, but for now, I truly believe that Rachel went into this with the mindset that I'm going to win, I'm going to do what it takes to win. Now, maybe it's unhealthy, maybe it's not. What we really care about is whether or not this behavior is something that's extreme. Is it an addictive behavior? Before she was addicted to food, but what I'm concerned about, did she just transfer that unhealthy relationship to overeating to really micromanaging what she does eat? I read somewhere that she was exercising like 5 hours a week and eating a diet of 1,200 calories, which is the minimum that you want to go if you're losing weight. She was losing at least a pound a day to achieve this weight loss. And most importantly, it was her full-time job. She had 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to dedicate to losing this weight. Now, if you're watching this, you know that is not a lifestyle that you're going to be able to maintain for very long. You've got to enter the real world and actually work for a living, and we don't have that much time. It's just not possible unless you are a professional athlete, and obviously their goals are different than losing weight. So my feelings are, I don't think that Rachel has a problem. I do think that she got a little too thin, but I don't think she's going to be able to maintain this 105 weight. As someone who frequently diets down for video shoots and stuff like that, as soon as the event is over, you do gain weight back until your body kind of finds a healthy, happy, comfortable place. The slippery slope with the contestants on The Biggest Loser is that a lot of them tend to gain almost all of the weight back. So really, Rachel's challenge right now, I feel like, shouldn't be defending whether or not her weight loss was healthy, but it should be focusing on adopting a healthy relationship with food and also with exercise. You know, she has to realize that she's not going to have 3 to 5 hours to work out every day to maintain this weight loss. She has to keep her diet in check and also find a way to make exercise a part of her everyday living without consuming her life. The Biggest Loser released a statement saying that they supported all of their contestants. Jillian and Bob released a statement saying that they felt they couldn't comment on Rachel's journey because they did not have the opportunity to train her. And Dolvet said that Rachel's health has always been his priority and that he was proud of her transformation. Now, Rachel at 105 at 5'4" is definitely a healthier Rachel than the 260-pound Rachel at 5'4". Now, I don't think she's going to be able to lose any more weight, no. And if you look at the Hollywood starlets, let's be honest, she's the same exact size as many of them. Sure, we say that they have eating disorders, but you know what? They've been kicking around for a long time. Whether or not they have a healthy relationship with food, that's not really for us to, I guess, judge. That's their own personal problem. The only reason we're talking about Rachel is because this was a weight loss show and she lost 155 pounds within a very short time span. But know that it's pretty easy to gain weight back fast when you lose it quick. Slow and steady is the way to success. So my final thoughts on Rachel is just that I think it's great that she lost the weight, and if I were in a similar position, I don't know if I'd be able to go down that low, but I probably would go to some drastic measures to win that money. And just because she was able to get down to that weight doesn't necessarily mean that she has a lasting, behavior that is going to become a health problem for her. It just means that she wanted to win this damn competition. And do I think she went a little too far? Maybe, yeah. But I think that she's going to be fine in the long run, and hopefully, we'll be able to see that in the very near future. So I want to know what your thoughts are down below. The one thing I will end with is I do hate that young women see her at this size and might idolize her. However, if the girls that are idolizing that weight loss are, over 200, 300 pounds, maybe her transformation can serve as inspiration for them to get to a healthy weight. I don't think it's realistic for most people to be able to lose 60% of their body fat. Sure, some men who are extremely overweight might be able to, but for most people, it's just not going to ever happen. And most people aren't going to have $250,000, dangling in front of them if they do lose this weight. So, part of me is sad that girls are looking at this 105-pound, 5'4" frame and thinking, oh, I want to look like that. But I think you guys, if you're watching this, you are one of my followers and you know that I do preach a healthy body weight. And so I'm a little sad that Rachel had to go that low to win the competition, just because I know that young women who are impressionable are watching and they might think, oh, I can get to that, because I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm 5'5". I will never be 105 pounds. It's physically, I think, impossible. I think I have 109 pounds of lean body mass on me. So in order for me personally, and you guys have seen my videos, you know my build. For me personally, I physically can't really get to 105 and be like a functioning human being. I would just be awful. At 127 a couple of years ago, 127 pounds, I had less than 15% body fat, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta gain some weight. This is not healthy. Rachel definitely has an unhealthy body fat percentage, but I think she's gonna get it up. And as far as BMI goes, everyone keeps saying, oh, she's on the unhealthy side of BMI. Since when did we start deciding that the BMI was actually a healthy measure for your weight? I certainly don't. I go by body fat, and yes, like I just said, I don't think Rachel has a healthy body fat, but I think she's going to gain it back. Look at fitness competitors. They diet down for this event, and then they gain it back. I'm not saying it's that healthy, but I'm just saying I don't think Rachel necessarily has an eating disorder, and I think she took it a little extreme, but you know what? Rachel is healthier now today than she was at 260 pounds, and if she inspires just one person to get off the couch and live a healthier lifestyle, then, I stand by it. And I support The Biggest Loser. Some people think that it's extreme, but the amount of lives that show has changed is remarkable. There is not a single TV show on television right now or ever that has inspired so many people to live healthier lifestyles. And that's my goal here on YouTube. So for me to criticize The Biggest Loser, I would be a complete hypocrite. So that is my stance. I want to know yours down below. Sorry to be a fire starter, but I wanted to weigh in. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys soon.